Start in a nice, comfortable, seated position. I'm gonna slide over a little bit here. I'm just kind of focusing on the breath, drawing your attention into the breath, noticing it, but not really changing anything just yet, just noticing it. Noticing your posture. Noticing the weight in the sitting bones and any other parts of the body that are touching the ground. It's okay to notice any of the external noises that you might hear as well, either on screen or right there in the living room or yoga studio or bedroom, wherever you happen to be practicing. And just starting to bring that awareness to your breath. Anything that you are hearing, just starting to move inward. And hearing the sounds of your own body. Noticing the length of the breath, both in and out. Noticing the face, what the tongue is doing. And starting to lengthen through the breath. Longer inhales, longer exhales. And seeing if you can just add a slight pause at the bottom and the top of the inhale and the exhale. Not long, but just enough to notice that you're doing it. Using every inhale to fill through the chest, the side bodies, and the back. Just inflating like a balloon. The crown of the head is reaching high. And every exhale, maintaining the height and letting the breath just move back down through the whole body. Just following the breath just like that. Like the rise and fall of the ocean tide. In and out. Full exhale. Inhale, arms wide and high over the head. Exhale, turning towards your right. Left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Right hand places behind you. With your inhale, pulling the chest forward. The crown of the head is reaching high. Exhale, we're twisting a little bit deeper. Maybe even start to look behind you, over the shoulder.
Still following the breath, growing taller with every inhale. And maybe with every exhale, we're twisting a little bit deeper. It's okay to use your arm as a little bit of leverage on the outside of the right thigh, just pressing gently as you turn. Full exhale. Inhale, facing forward, hands come high over the head.
Exhale, twisting towards your left. Right hand comes to the back of the left thigh. Left hand places behind you. With your inhale, pulling the chest forward. The crown of the head is reaching high. Exhale, we're twisting. And again, just using the right arm as a little bit of leverage here. So we're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back. Every inhale, the crown of the head is reaching higher. The chest is expanding. And every exhale, the belly is hugging into the spine, and maybe we're twisting more, looking over the shoulder eventually. Letting that twist move all the way from the sitting bones through the lower back, upper back, and even into the neck. Full exhale. Inhale, facing forward, both hands come high over the head. Exhale, hands come down to the knees. With your inhale, drawing the belly forward, the chest comes forward, the head starts to lean back a little. With your exhale, the chin comes down to the chest. We're rolling the shoulders forward, the chest moves back, belly hugs in, tailbone tucks. Inhale, drawing the belly forward, chest come forward, shoulders roll back, gaze makes its way up. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, chest move back, belly hugs in, tailbone tucks. And just taking a few more of these seated cat-cows with your own breath here. Just holding the breath at the top and the bottom as you see fit. Trying to get as much movement and space with each ripple of the spine. Eventually just coming to a neutral spine. Breathing naturally. Full exhale. Inhale, looking over the right shoulder. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, looking over the left shoulder. Exhale, back to center. Inhale over the right. Exhale, back to center. Inhale over the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, dropping the chin down to the chest and just taking the fingers, interlacing them to the back of the head and just adding a little bit of weight here. So our back, our spine is still straight up and down, but as soon as you get to the neck, it bends forward. And maybe you want to just start looking from side to side, real gentle here. Just twisting. Noticing everything that you feel. Full exhale. Inhale, lifting the head, hands remove. And exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Just staying right here for a moment. Still tall through the spine, grounded through the sitting bones. Maybe our right hand comes over the top of the head, just grabbing on underneath the ear / top of the neck, just adding a little bit of weight.
Staying with the breath, using the body, using the breath to hold the mind. Full exhale. Inhale, head comes up to a neutral position, arm releases. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And again, we're aiming to keep our shoulders level here. Our sitting bones are level. The spine is tall. And if we'd like to, the left arm comes over the top, grabbing the side of the face, ear, neck, just adding a little pressure. Long inhales, long exhales. Full exhale. Inhale, releasing the arm, head comes up to a natural position. And exhale, just bringing the hands down in front of you, lifting the hips up, coming right to a tabletop position. Starting to circle the shoulders over the wrists. And just feeling everything that you can through the wrists. Where there's tightness, and just your range of motion. How far you can go, or how far you can't go. Alternating directions if you'd like. Turning the hands around, palms pressing into the ground, fingers are pointed towards the knees, tucking the toes under here, just starting to sit back through the hips, opening up through the forearms. Long inhales through the nose, long exhales through the nose. Full exhale. Inhale, shifting your weight forward, shoulders are over the wrists, flipping the hands so the tops of the hands are pressing into the ground. Maybe you do one at a time, maybe you don't. But we work to straighten through the arms and start to externally rotate through the arms so the eyes of the elbows start to come inward and forward, pressing into the ground. And it's okay to rock side to side, maybe take some circles here as well. Just getting our hands prepared for some weight. Sitting back on the heels with an exhale, interlacing the fingers in front of the chest and just rolling out the wrists until they feel nice and lubricated. Shaking out the wrists, placing them on the mat in front of you and lifting into your first downward dog with an exhale. It's okay to pedal out the knees here for a moment, just feeling what the back of the legs feel like, what the lower back feels like. But eventually finding stillness. And in that stillness, we start to breathe. Hands are pressing into the ground. Forearms are hugging in. Triceps are rolling back and down, creating as much space as you can through the upper back. Sitting bones are reaching far and wide behind you. Quads are engaged. And the heels are pressing downward towards the ground a little bit more with every exhale. Full exhale. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, bending through the knees. We're jumping to the front of the mat, Malasana squat pose. Just holding here for a moment. The hands come together. Elbows, triceps are in between the knees. And we're going to use our exhale just to hug our knees into the outside of the triceps right now. So every inhale, the crown of the head is reaching high. The chest is pulling forward, noticing the weight through the feet. And with your exhale, just following the breath, move back down, keeping that length through the spine and just hugging inward with the knees. The belly hugs in last. Just doing that a few times. Last time, inhale. With your exhale, we're hugging the knees in. Inhale, straightening through the legs, arms swing wide and high as you stand up. Exhale, hands come heart center. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, squatting low, bending through the knees. With our inhale, the hands come down to the mat in front of us, about shoulder width apart. We're coming straight to our crow position here. For crow, our knees can come either to the back of the triceps, you can come to the outside of the triceps, either one. As we lean forward, we look forward. Eventually, our feet come off of the ground. Taking a few breaths here. On our exhale, our feet jump back. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Chitta vritti nirodha. Stilling the fluctuations of the mind. We use the breath, we use the movement to hold the mind and bypass those vrittis, the fluctuations. Full exhale. Inhale, gazing forward. Full exhale here, bending through the knees. We're jumping to the front of the mat, Malasana. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands come heart center. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, squatting low. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. We're coming to crow or crane this time. If we're taking crane, the hands come down, shoulder width apart. We straighten through the arms. We lift our hips up as much as we can. We tilt forward, and then the feet come up. So our arms are straight. Jumping back with an exhale, lowering down with the same exhale. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. Full exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, stepping forward in between the hands. Inhale, reaching forward at the hands as you come up, crescent lunge, and hold. The right heel starts to press downward into the ground. The left leg can be bent if you need it to be, or you straighten through it. It's going to work different muscles. It's going to stretch in different ways. But we're aiming to have our hips be semi-square to the front. We're not symmetrical, so we'll never be completely square, but we're just aiming to have them semi-square to get the most out of the pose as we can. Full exhale. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Right leg lifts high behind you, three-legged dog. From here, we have options. We glide forward with an inhale, lowering down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. If you'd like to jump around, our hand or our foot is reaching high, active through the whole leg. We bend through our left leg. We look in between the hands. We jump the right leg up. We lower down. We finish our vinyasa. All linking to the breath. Every time we're in downward dog, we're following the breath from our hands, through our arms, through our body, back down through our legs. Inhaling up from the hands, through the body. Exhaling down through the legs, out through the heels, and the belly hugs in at the bottom of the exhale. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, reaching forward as you come up, crescent lunge. And hold. The left heel is pressing downward into the ground. You should notice the bottom side of your leg activate just by doing that. The right leg again is either slightly bent or fully active. The right heel stacked over the ball mounts of the right toes, just pressing into the ground. The hands are reaching high and they're hugging inward. We find the stillness in the pose. Full exhale. Inhale, expanding, reaching as high through the fingertips as you can. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Left leg lifts high behind you, three-legged dog. Gazing in between the hands. It's your choice of a vinyasa. If you're just shifting forward, do that. If you're jumping, we bend through the right leg. We lift the left foot up. We lower down. Solid breathing in every downward dog. This is home base right here. And if you're ever tired, feel free to come down to child's pose. But if it's just the mind saying that you're tired, don't bother. We'll move a little bit faster now. Full exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale, reaching forward as you come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, grounding. Inhale, expanding and reaching high. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Right leg lifts high behind you, three-legged dog, finishing your vinyasa. And always using downward dog to slow the heart rate, slow the breath, and to activate through all the muscles. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, reaching forward as you come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, grounding. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Left leg lifts high behind you, three-legged dog, and your vinyasa. And either hanging out here in downward dog, or come into child's pose for a moment. And just moving inward, feeling the breath wherever you are. Child's pose, downward dog. We're breathing right now. And that's where the focus is. It's okay to sit too. And just use the breath to slow the heart rate and to slow the mind from thinking about what's next, from thinking about what's already happened.
to just stay in the present moment.
Making your way back to downward dog with an exhale. Pressing into the ground through the pads of the fingers. Really keeping the weight out of the heels of the hands. Forearms are hugging in, triceps are rolling back and down. As much engagement as you can have through the whole body through downward dog. Following the breath through the whole body. Full exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, reaching forward as you come up, crescent lunge. Right heel is really pressing downward. Just holding. Inhale. Exhale, opening, warrior two. Nice long stance here. So we're aiming to open through the hips. So we're gonna have a different range of mobility for everybody. So if you need to, the lead leg, maybe it's a little bit forward. You can also just inch your leg away, gaining more range. The knee is stacked over the ankle or behind it. We're driving down through the right heel into the ground. Hands are reaching equally in both directions. The crown of the head is reaching high with every inhale. The gaze is out and over the right fingertips. Full exhale. Inhale, straightening through the right leg. Exhale, right hand forward and coming into your Trikonasana triangle pose. The outside edge of the left foot is pressing down into the ground, while also internally rotating. So the thigh is rolling forward and down. The glutes are engaged. And the right leg is straight, opening up through the hamstrings. Hands are reaching equally in both directions. Crown of the head reaches forward. Maybe the gaze comes up towards the left hand. We inhale. With our exhale, reaching the left hand forward. Pressing through the left foot. Noticing every piece of openness that's happening through the left side body. Full exhale. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, bending through the right knee, coming to lateral side angle. So our right arm could be down to the ground in front of the right leg. It could be behind it. We could also take the right arm, placing it on top of the thigh, but we're engaged. We're pressing into the arm or into the leg, and we're engaged through the shoulder. We're not just slouching. Maybe the left arm comes behind the back, the right arm comes under the leg, and we grab it up. Rolling the left shoulder back, crown of the head is reaching forward. Full exhale. Inhale, right arm comes down to the ground, left arm comes high. Exhale, gazing in front of the right foot. And with your next inhale, we're coming to Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. We straighten through the right leg, the left leg comes high, the right hand comes forward. We open up through the hips. We open up through the spine. And our arms are reaching both directions, opening up through the chest. Just gaining length, and reaching in every way. Full exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bending through the right leg, reaching far behind you with the left foot, coming to a half squat at the back of the mat. Hands can come together. Maybe we fold forward, reaching forward with the hands, opening through the right hamstrings. The toes are pulling back towards the body, compressing through the left hip. Full exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, pivoting the back foot, walking the hands forward towards the front of the mat, low lunge. Left heel is stacked over the ball mount of the left toes. Inhale. Exhale, lowering the left knee down, coming to the top of the left foot. Maybe you come straight down to the forearms, or you just stay right up here, working this runner's lunge. Staying with the breath. And just noticing all the areas that you feel right now. A lot of the time we don't notice what we're feeling unless it hurts. So noticing the stretching, not really giving it too much meaning, but just noticing it, moving on. Maybe you feel it in the front of the left thigh, the quad area. Maybe you feel it in the right thigh, the hamstrings, groin. Full exhale. With your inhale, pressing up, coming to the toes of the left foot. Right hand comes to the outside edge of the right foot. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, shifting the hips back, lifting the toes up off of the ground of the right foot, and just coming to your Ardha Hanumanasana half splits. And really just becoming more aware of the length of the hamstrings and where they attach in the lower back here. Not really dropping the head weightless here. We're using the head to reach forward. The chest is pulling forward and up, and just lowering from there with every breath. Maybe eventually you can let the head come down, but try to gain as much length as you can through the lower back and the hamstrings before the head even comes down. Full exhale. Inhale, shifting your weight forward, grounding through the right leg. Full exhale. With your next inhale, just start lifting the left knee up, swinging the left foot forward, and just coming to a high left knee. Hands can come to the heart center. Full exhale. Inhale, arms high over the head. Exhale, crossing the left foot right on top of the right knee and sitting down, one-legged Utkatasana. Sitting the hips back as much as you can. Being aware of where the weight in the foot is. Maybe if you'd like to, you fold forward. If you'd really want an extra little challenge, we come to Galavasana. So our hands come down to the ground. We wrap the left toes, left foot around the outside of the right tricep. We place the hands down, and eventually the right foot starts to come off of the ground. We extend through the right leg. When you're ready, coming down the same way you went up. Inhaling up. And exhaling, the left foot comes down to the ground. Inhale, arms wide and high over the head. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Your vinyasa, either jumping back, stepping back, hand standing back, whatever works for you. Just breathing here. Downward dog, home base. Noticing all of the activity through every muscle that you can feel. Just spreading the awareness through the body. Using the breath to just move the awareness. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, coming up, crescent lunge. Holding here, exhale, grounding. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, opening, warrior two. And again, one side might be completely different than the other side. We get that. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's not what we're here for. We're not here to have matching sides. We're here to slow the fluctuations of the mind, to learn how to become aware, first of our own body, then maybe things that are going on outside of us. Then that awareness will start to spread into really knowing the difference between what's in realm of our control or which is totally out of our control. Then we choose to let what bothers us and what doesn't bother us. Full exhale. Inhale, straightening through the left leg. Exhale, left hand comes forward and down, coming to your triangle, Tadasana. Really feeling the body from the feet through the legs. Glutes are active. Just gaining as much space as you can. Full inhale. With your exhale, the right hand is reaching forward. As you're doing that, the right foot is pressing into the ground, opening up through the whole side body. We're reaching with the right hand as if there was something just out of reach. We're striving to get it. Just creating all that space. Full exhale. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, bending through the left leg and coming to your lateral side angle. Again, maybe we're right here. Maybe we're behind or we're in front. Our right arm could reach forward or it comes behind the back, a half a bind or a full bind. Left arm comes under the leg, grabbing a hold of the fingers or the wrist, just pulling, rolling the right shoulder behind you. The gaze makes its way up towards the ceiling, but the crown of the head is still reaching forward. We're actively pressing into the ground through the feet, strong and sturdy, but flexible as well. Sukha and sthira. Finding ease within the strength of the pose. Full exhale. Inhale, left arm comes down, right arm is high. Exhale, gazing forward in front of the left foot. With your next inhale, We straighten through the left leg, lifting up, Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. The right foot, the pinky toe edge, is reaching high towards the ceiling. The right hand is reaching high. The crown of the head reaches forward. We breathe. And we find just the peace in the pose. It's a hard pose, so it's hard to find peace in it. But that's the point. The world's a hard place, but we still need to find peace in it. Full exhale. Inhale, expanding in every direction. Exhale, bending through the left knee as you reach real far behind you with the right foot, coming to that half squat at the back of the mat. The left toes are pulling back towards the body. We're opening through the left hamstrings. We're compressing through the right hip. And again, maybe the hands come out onto the ground. They walk forward. We get some stretching going on in the lower back. Or we sit here, focused, gaining length through the spine. A lot of different things. It depends on what it's called for or what your body's calling for. Full exhale. Inhale, coming up from folding forward if you did. And with your exhale, we're just pivoting, walking the hands towards the front of the mat. We inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, the right knee comes down to the ground. Top of the right foot comes down to the ground. And maybe we come to the forearms, maybe we stay right here. But we take a moment to feel everything here. So we're stretching, we're working our body, we're building strength, building flexibility, and we're using the stretching, the strength building to build awareness. We're opening these prana channels through our body. Just letting the energy move a little bit freer. If you went all the way down with your next inhale, we're pressing up. We're tucking the back toes under. The left hand comes to the outside edge of the left foot. We inhale, pulling the chest forward. And with our exhale, we sit the hips back. The toes come up off of the ground. And we stretch through the left hamstrings. And again, taking a moment to notice what your lower back is doing here. It's all attached. So we make sure that we get the full benefit of the pose, which means that we might not be as flexible as we think we are. And that's okay. Takes patience, takes tolerance. And it takes patience and it takes tolerance. Full exhale. Inhale, shifting the weight forward. Left foot comes down to the ground. We start to base through the left foot. Full exhale. And with our next inhale, we step forward, bringing the right leg up with a bent knee, hands come heart center. Right foot is active. Left leg eventually becomes straight once you're feeling balanced. Full exhale. Inhale, arms wide and high over the head. Exhale, right foot is coming right on top of the left knee slash quad area as we sit down, bending through the left leg. One-legged Utkatasana. Reaching back through the hips or through the sitting bones. And if you'd like to, again, we straighten through the left leg, we fold forward. And if you want to take Galavasana here, the hands come down to the ground, shoulder width. The right toes slash foot wraps right around the outside of the tricep. We shift our weight forward. Eventually, the left leg comes off the ground. Maybe we extend, maybe we don't. We come back the same way we went down.
Finding our balance here. Full exhale. Inhale, arms wide and high over the head. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, halfway up.
Exhale, hands come down to the mat and finishing your vinyasa, however you'd like to. Last downward dog. Giving yourself all those cues we've been giving ourselves through this whole class. Noticing from the fingers all the way through the arms and so forth. Full exhale. Inhale, gliding forward into plank. Full exhale here. Inhale, grounding through the left hand, spinning onto the outside of the left foot. Right arm comes high. Vashisthasana. Full exhale. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, stepping it behind you, coming right to your wild thing. Lifting high through the hips. Outward through the right fingertips. Glutes are engaged. Pulling the chest forward with every inhale. Full exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to your plank. With your inhale, straight into side plank the other way. Right hand is down onto the outside of the right foot. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, stepping it behind you. With your inhale, hips are coming high, chest is reaching forward. Left hand reaches forward. Glutes are engaged, wild thing. Full exhale. Inhale, coming back to plank. Exhale here, pressing into the ground. Inhale one last time. And exhale, lowering all the way down, nice and slowly. Rolling right onto your back. Feet can come together, knees are wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Recline bound angle. Just breathing for a moment here with this gentle back bend. Extending through the left leg, right leg hugs into the body. Right foot is engaged, full inhale. With your exhale, crossing it over the body. Right arm can extend. Coming into our twist here. Aiming to keep both shoulders flat to the ground. It's not so much about the knees touching the ground here. If I had a block, I'd have it underneath my knee, giving myself a little bit of space. Just using every exhale to
really drop the right shoulder down a little bit more towards the ground or pressing into the ground. Full exhale. Inhale, coming back up, switching legs, left leg hugs in, right leg extends. Toes are pulling back towards the body, both feet. Full exhale. Inhale. And exhale, crossing the left leg over the body, coming into your twist, other direction. Full exhale. Inhale, coming back onto the back, hugging both legs into the body, and just grabbing the outside edges of both feet, drawing the knees towards the armpits / outside of the chest, and just hugging the soles of the feet down into the body here, just pulling. And then just start pressing from the feet into the hands as well. It's like malasana. We've done a lot of malasana. But that's because we don't do malasana ever at any other times in our day, basically. Full exhale. Inhale, straightening through the legs, hands come down under the sitting bones, palms facing down. And exhale, just lowering the feet down nice and slowly till they're hovering right over the ground. Right here, we're just going to kick our feet a few times as if we were swimming. Lower back is pressing into the ground. Now, crossing over, side to side. Stopping the movement, feet are still hovering. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, hands come back to the sides. Inhale here. And exhale, lowering the legs down and preparing for Shavasana. Tops of the hands are on the ground, palms are facing up. Activating through the feet, just walking the legs away from the body, healing away. Releasing that activation through the feet. Shoulder blades are nice and flat to the ground. It's okay to lift them up individually, pressing into the ground with the back of the head. And just noticing your body begin to relax. Bring attention to your toes. To the bottoms of the feet. To your heels where they touch the ground. To your shins and calves. Your elbows. Or your knees, I mean, not your elbows. Moving back down. Your thighs. Your quads. Your fingers. The backs of your hands where they touch the ground. And the palms of your hands. Forearms, elbows, biceps, and triceps. Your belly, your chest, side bodies, and back, all relaxed.
Your shoulders are relaxed. Your throat. Lips. Cheeks. Jaw. Eyes and forehead. Your whole body is relaxed. Starting to bring awareness back to the breath. Longer inhales, longer exhales. Taking any small movements with the hands and feet. Slowly coming back up to a seated posture. Bringing our hands in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. This is a mudra of service. Just the service mentality. Coming into situations and seeing how we can help the situation. Full exhale. Inhaling through the nose.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you.